Hey traders, Nick here. Tuesday, after an interesting day. So the scoreboard wasn't that great, but the price action was awesome. I don't mean that it was super good for bulls or bears. It was very predictable. Um, Given the crazy overnight action, Sunday night, Monday morning futures when the U.S. was closed, the world was open. We had a couple of crashes. I think it was like 4.5% drop in the S&P or in the markets in general over 2 days. First oh my gosh, no, there's no summit, no summit, and then boom, troops crossed the border, and then we went down to extreme lows, right? So today the price action was very predictable. How do I know that? Because I had 230 people in the room. We were watching all kinds of tickers. I was sharing my screens. These screens you're looking at were shared live. We were debating entries and exits and all kinds of stuff. So I know this is too active for most people, but it tells a story. What is that story? Number one, charts are predictable, therefore you should pay attention. And you'll see how it unfolded today. But even though this is a 5-minute chart and we were looking at 30-second and 15 seconds, and at one point I went down to 5-second charts, the concept is the same. So hopefully you take this video as a, you know what, maybe I should listen to the chart a little bit, or maybe you pick up a nuance or two. It's simple, repetitive stuff. And if you're part of my group, jump in if you have time. Not everybody has time, but these are just fast trade opportunities, and it was pretty fruitful on the bearish side and on the bullish side. First of all, we opened down. That was fine. This rally was not fine with me. We did that last week. We had a terrible overnight session, and then we opened up, gapped up, and ran and never looked back, and then created a big giant gaping hole down below, which we went through like butter later on in the week. Today we crashed through the lows today, so we got that out of our way. What does that mean? We opened up, we rallied, but then we failed where we were supposed to fail, and then we came down to where we had support from this morning, and then we fell apart once we lost that support, which was good price action because we went and touched exactly 10 cents off the overnight low in the S&P. 10 cents. That is proper price action. Now there's no hole behind us. There's no gap in the chart. There's no technical reason to go down. Now we could have headlines to prompt action this way or in that way. It's a mess in the headlines. So the rule in my chat room today, nobody talks about headlines. Why not? Because they don't matter. I will see it in the chart. Somebody said something here. Maybe Biden spoke. Maybe he didn't. Maybe they had a meeting. Maybe they didn't. Who cares? If I saw it coming in the chart, does it matter why it happened? Okay. So what do you mean saw it coming? I'll show you the lines we drew today, and I'll tell you how we traded it. So these are the lines from today. Whoa, bunch of lines. Let me walk you through it. Very simple. Actually, from prior days, I had this arrow down. I said once support zone, it flossed new leg lower, and that was my target. Look at the lows. That was days ago. I didn't know about the headlines overnight. I know days ago we lost support, and the target of the consequence of losing support was a potential of getting to here. So we were ready. We knew it was a possibility, and boom, there it was today. Now, intraday, there was a bearish stent. I'm taking it out. It's visual noise. I placed several lines that need to hold at several periods of time. So sometimes in the morning when we were rallying hard, the battle was between these two lines. This one did not come to fruition, so we didn't chase it. I said fast hands only inside the circle. I posted it with detailed instructions. So you break out of the circle, you get long. That didn't happen. I'll take it out. So less visual noise. All right, so now short term, buy the dip or buy the rip opportunity. So you either buy the dip or buy the breakout. The dip came, stop out. So if somebody tried to buy the dip, they stopped out right away. Happens all the time. And then I said, if you lose this, you can short it. How much? I said, I bet you we can get to 427 or lower with a lot of support around 428 and change. So boom, 425.90 was the low. 425.86 was the low. So whoever bought puts and put spreads with me here, they made a ton of money. I even drew it, I'll show you, on a 1-minute chart. I said pink is the first path, This is where I book first. Look how they fought over it. And then I said, if they take out this one, you can re-engage lower to target the whole thing. Now here, I said, I'm taking longs. And then we caught this whole thing off of that. I'm taking longs. I chose Friday's calls. We got to here. I said, I'm booking half my calls because it's like 140% rally win in my pocket. I was like, I can't not take it. Boom. We took it off. So what am I saying here? I'm not seeing the future. I have lines that tell me what to do where. Who cares who said what? All I know is this was support. If you lose it, you're going down to here. Why here? Complicated answer. Doesn't matter. I charted it almost perfectly. So we overdid it by 10 cents. That's fine. I left longs for tomorrow for a lot of reasons. So the rebind opportunity came an hour late, but it came from levels we expected. So what about tomorrow? Somebody asked me, so how do you know how it's going to go tomorrow morning? It's like, I have no idea how it's going to go tomorrow morning. I never pretend to actually guess the direction. I said, I'm holding calls because of levels. I think we have support below. And if we get no news, if we just shut up with the news already, then people will trade for some fundamentals. And the fundamentals point up. So let's not get into that debate. The point of this video is to tell you that don't worry about the news as much. Live your life without the stupid ass news. So if you're trading with a radio next to you waiting for news, you're doing yourself a disfavor. You don't need it. I haven't listened to news in years. And this shows that I know what I'm doing with the charts. That's not my word. I'm not making this stuff up. I almost cussed. I have 227, 232, 260 a couple weeks ago people watching this stuff live. I draw this stuff live, so I can't make it up. You don't believe me? Join the group. So get away from the TV. They're not in it to tell you how to trade. They're in it to make money off of you watching. They're not evil. That's their market. That like perfect example today, SPCE reported earnings. Like who is waiting for earnings from SPCE? They have no sales. They've got no ships going to space, nothing. So and then they say, oh, it missed earnings estimate. Who's putting earnings estimates on it? So they sold one fewer ticket or they had one cancellation. What? No. You trade it based on fundamentals, based on idea, based on thesis. Just pick your headline. If you listen to headlines, they're comical sometimes, just comical. Anyway, today was a good day, even though the score was red. It was good for the bulls because it was predictable price action, and we did close the hole we created in the morning. That is awesome. That didn't happen last week. Hopefully, that means that this week's outcome would be slightly better than last week, and I'll leave you with that.